think that women tend to be more spiritual than men. That's an interesting assessment. Let's see, this says, whereas women tend to be more spiritual than men, today women seem to be headed into secular politics and academia / feminism. Oh, while men are going into Christianity in droves. I mean, is that what you're seeing in the UK? Because I know that's where you're from, or is that where you're seeing everywhere? Like what? Here's what I'm seeing from the council that they tell me is happening collectively all over the world. The divine feminine is so afraid of being out of power, and they have every right to feel that way. However, they're taking on the role of the divine masculine. And we have components of masculine and components of feminine that are unique to the masculine and the feminine, and they need to remain that way for a reason. So when certain components of the masculine are pulled into the feminine, and the feminine are like, okay, I'm going to be more, loud and abrasive. That is the feminine saying, I need to claim back my power by attempting to take over what the masculine is doing. But you're not taking over the divinity in the masculine. You're taking over the toxicity in the masculine. Does that make sense? You take over the toxic because you're afraid of really taking on the divinity. But even if you tried to take on the divinity of the masculine has its own degree of divinity that you should not take upon. It's not yours. This isn't about what I think women are supposed to do or what I think men are supposed to. This isn't about women going to academia. There's always been women in academia, and there's always been women in secular politics. It's just that they actually aren't given a damn chance. It's not that they don't belong there. That's a completely different thing. But women are headed into secular politics because they want more of a fair, equal, balanced perspective in politics because it's always been owned by men. But then, and that's fair. Okay, that's fair. But then they take on the toxicity of that broken system as it's falling apart, and they become not like themselves, but more like the toxic masculine, that portion of masculine, right? And that's the best way that I can just explain that. Yeah. You're over there frowning. What you looking at? Ani's like, I'm not answering this. Oh, sorry. Okay. Frowning at the email?